Hi viewers, today I'm going to feature a watch from a brand that I've been admiring for many years but never actually owned a watch from this company, and as you can see that is Fortis. Now these are a proper genuine Swiss brand with a lot of heritage, still privately owned, and they make some wonderful watches. So let's have a look at this. Nice presentation box, by the way, very nice indeed. And a little button here, and this is their pilot watch, the Flieger Day Date. So let's get this beauty out and have a look at the dimensions. Okay, so this is a really well proportioned watch. The case diameter size is 40 millimeters. The lug width is 20 millimeters with a bracelet that tapers down to 18. It's just under 13 millimeters thick, and the lug to lug is 47 millimeters. And this does actually have a water resistance rating of 100 meters, and it is powered by the ETA 2836, the day date complication, and that has a 42-hour power reserve. I'll just give a quick background on the brand Fortis. They were originally founded in 1912, and actually a really interesting fact is that they produced the very first automatic watch in 1926, and then in 1951 that's when they started their pilot watch range. And they're also very, very well known for their space watches, cosmonauts watches, and also they do some marine watches as well, and really have a lot of interesting history. So let's have a look at this beautiful pilot's watch. The first thing that strikes me with this watch is the Legible Dial. It's gorgeous with a matte black finish with a little bit of sheen to it, and then just inside that chapter ring you've got the ring where the minute markers are, and that has some texture there with a few concentric circles going all the way around the rim, and all those indices are applied onto the dial. The Arabic numbers, the markers and the handset are all filled with generous lume, and then of course you've got that very distinctive orange hand, goes right to the edge of the dial. Lovely. And what I really do like about this watch is the date window. You've got that reversed look with the white printed on black, which goes so well with this dial, and then it's framed with a white box as well. Just so well designed, really very clear, which is essential for a pilot's watch. Super good contrast, really pleasing to the eye, and it has a sapphire crystal with AR coating just to make it even more legible. Just beautiful, really well done. Now the crown is very attractive, really nicely designed with that logo. It's not a screw down crown, it is a push pull, but a beautiful feel to it, lovely pop, and really slick, solid movement, buttery smooth, and of course it hacks, and you can wind it as well. Now Fortis are really well known for their tool type watches, and this is a tool watch as well, but it does have some flair as well with these polished areas on the bezel there. You can see that is all polished, the crown is polished, the sides all have a brushed finish, very well done, lovely. But then the bracelet, that's has brushed outer links, but the centre links are polished, which is a bit surprising for this type of watch. You normally see that on a dress watch. I'm not a huge fan of polished links on the bracelet, but I think it actually looks quite good on this. It does give it a little bit more glitz, if you like. And the bracelet is well made. It's obviously solid end links, and the links are fastened with screw pins, which is good. And then we have the clasp, which I do like. It's got a lovely rendition of their logo there on the buckle bit, and it's very well made. Nice reassuring click. The only thing, it does have, oddly for a pilot's watch, it does have the extension that you normally see in dive watches. But that is just stamped metal, which is, it's not a big deal, but it's a little bit surprising for a watch. This retailed, when it was new, I think it retailed for over $1,600. So you expect maybe things like that to be a little bit better quality, but it's not bad at all. The bracelet is decent. It's not the best in the world. It's fairly thin, but it's not bad at all. But again, for the price this retailed at, I would have expected the bracelet was a little bit more solid and slightly thicker links. But other than that, everywhere else the watch is first class, and the finishing on the dial and the case itself is absolutely fantastic. Really very good fit and finish. Lovely build quality on that. And on the back there is an exhibition case back, which yeah, I kind of, I mean, it's okay, it's fine, but it's a standard ETA movement, not really decorated at all apart from their logo on the rotor. And I would have preferred personally to see one of their lovely solid case backs. But overall this watch does have a really solid, well built feel about it. I really do like it. I think it's a very classy watch. The dial is just phenomenal. Look at that, it's just beautiful, really fantastic. And it's one of those watches that just has a very good aura about it, and it's just really pleasing to the eye. Got a lot of character, and yeah, it does feel very solid and very tough. I'm sure it could take quite a lot of punishment. So okay, I'll give you an idea of how that looks on the wrist now. Awesome, really very comfortable. It feels very lightweight. The lugs curl down wonderfully. Really sits well on the wrist. And as I said, really easy to read the time on this. And the date, of course. That really is one of the most legible date windows I've seen on a watch. So easy to read. Do like that clasp. It has a nice slim profile. And yeah, just looks great. So I'll just show you the lume in a minute. You kind of get a feeling this watch is just bursting to show off its luminosity on the markers. It already in the daylight just starts glowing anyway. I mean, the markers are coloured anyway with that sort of greeny look, so it looks like it's illuminated already, but in the dark that's going to look fantastic. So let's have a look at that right now. Yeah, as you can see, really bright. There's no lume on the second hand, but the handset is really very clear, as are the markers, and that lasts a long time. Great effort. Okay, let's dive into that dial and look at that a bit more closely. Yeah, marvellous. Look at the printing, it's so crisp, super sharp. Really impressive. Same with the date window. Very, very crisp. Flawless. And I really do love those markers, the way they're applied onto the dial. Really, so much clarity, and love that hint of green. Especially on that black dial. It just looks so striking. And then again on the chapter ring there with the white printing, that looks really good as well. It just stands out. Everything on this watch is just so legible. And I've said this before, I love seeing high contrast on the watch dial. You've got that white on black, the green, the bright green on the black, and then the orange second hand. Just all that's together to make such a really good looking dial and very easy to read. And then you have that typical 12 o'clock marker for pilot watches there, with that triangle and the 2 dots. So much character in this watch. And as I said, that crown is really marvellous. It's got some really nice details to it, and it's very easy to grip. And there, the detail on the clasp as well was great. Okay, well there you have it. That's the Fortis Flieger pilot watch, the day date one, and yeah, I think this is a marvellous watch. I really do love this. Fortis is a great brand, and these watches are very historic and well respected. This particular pilot range of watches, they've brought out brand new models for the last couple of years, and they look very different but equally well built, very striking as well, but yeah, very different. Not sure what I prefer actually. This one is a lot more simple, if you like. The other one, this new one, is quite intricate in the design, very unique, but does look very classy. This one I think is really fantastic, and there's not that much information on this particular watch for some reason. Anyway, I really do hope you enjoyed looking at this. Thank you so much for watching. See you next time.